Hey, whose problem is it? Oh, not my problem. Really? Yeah, not my problem. Hey, it's Trainboy54 with a new episode of my Phineas and Ferb Season 4 review. Not my problem. Not with a K. Okay, not my problem. Phineas, Ferb, Isabella, Buford, Baljeet, and Perry are in the backyard with a gigantic reproduction of the Gordian knot. Buford's story about the Gordian knot was naughty. Phineas tells us how they can handle the Gordian knot. He, Ferb, Buford, Baljeet, and Isabella tie themselves around in ropes, and they went into the Gordian knot. Perry enters his lair by tunneling in, or digging with a shovel. The Major Monogram gives Perry the mission of what Dr. Doofenshmirtz is up to at the all-you-can-eat buffet. I hope Dr. D isn't an attempt to eat all the food at the same time. Then Jeremy arrives at the Flynn Fletcher house and asks Candace if her brothers can open his personal mini-safe, and leaves just as Stacy arrives. Well, I wonder what's in Jeremy's safe. I'll bet it's a mystery. In the Gordian knot, the kids now have to untie themselves. But meanwhile, Perry breaks into the all-you-can-eat buffet, walks up to Dr. Doofenshmirtz at a table with a plate full of food, and gets trapped in a high chair trap. And I thought it is one of Dr. D's plans to take over the tri-state area, but Dr. Doofenshmirtz shows us his Doof's all-you-can-eat buffet commercial. Well, that sounds like a good commercial, Dr. D. Then Dr. Doofenshmirtz shows us his Eat-It-All-inator, and he explains what his evil plan really was: getting people to eat all the food they eat until the restaurants are out of business. Well, that's a new evil plan to take over the tri-state area. Dr. Doofenshmirtz tries to fire the Eat-It-All-inator, but the ray zapped himself instead of the people at the food counter, and starts eating all the food! I knew that was going to happen to Dr. D. Don't you think so? And the song Untieable Knot was same as Buford's story about the Gordian knot. But I like that song just a little bit. Perry tries to stop Dr. Doofenshmirtz in the high chair trap when he passes a boy in a pogo stick. Back in the backyard, Phineas, Ferb, and the other three had finished going through the Gordian knot. Phineas and Ferb just had to untie themselves. Candace comes out with Jeremy's safe and tells Phineas to help her open it. But he and Ferb still have to untie themselves. So Candace calls out for Mrs. Flynn Fletcher to come outside. Oh boy. Candace's attempt to bust her brothers as usual. Perry breaks into another buffet where Dr. Doofenshmirtz is still eating more food. Perry jumps and hits Dr. Doofenshmirtz in the high chair. Perry jumps and hits Dr. Doofenshmirtz and the high chair breaks. The Eat-It-All-inator flew into the air by mistake. The Eat-It-All-inator flew into the air, and by mistake, Dr. D ate it. Oh, that's not good. Eating an inator? I think I have something caught in my throat. Perry makes a punch at Perry makes a punch that made the Eat-It-All-Inator blast a ray from Dr. Doofenshmirtz's mouth to Candace back in the backyard. And Candace is like, I'm hungry. What have you guys got? I'm hungry. What have you guys got? And Phineas is like, oh, we got plummy licorice. Perfect! Then Candace ate the whole Guardian Knot before Mrs. Flynn Fletcher came out. Woo! Thank you, Perry and Dr. Doofenshmirtz. And I just saw the look on Buford's face. He was like, I am so in love with her right now. And I'm like, I beg your pardon? Nothing. And after Candace ate the whole Guardian Knot before Mrs. Flynn Fletcher came out, and Candace is like, I still can't open Jeremy's safe. And Buford is like, no problem, I can fix that. Bang! There you go, Candace! Then we see that inside Jeremy's safe was a pencil. And Jeremy walks up to Candace and sees the pencil. He said he remembered the pencil when he met Candace and she sent it him that in he met Candace and she sent it him the pencil in grade school. Well, more like preschool, if that's what Jeremy meant. Then Mrs. Flynn Fletcher asks anyone for some chocolate triple larret cake. Jeremy and the kids would accept Candace. She was like, oh! What's wrong, Candace? Do you have a stomachache? Someone has to drag Candace to the couch so she can lie down. So, my problem was, well, a pretty good episode. That's not bad. So, I'll just give that episode 3 stars out of 5. This is Trainboy54 saying, stay tuned for our next review. Boom.